Bruh, did you pour my milk? Don't do that. What's that?
I'm kind of a big deal.
Bring out, yo.
You don't got the credentials.
Bring out, yo.
Well, that's disrespectful.
What up? What's up? We here, son. We here. Yo, welcome to another
What's
episode
good?
of Don't
What's
Pour My Milk. I'm just loving it, man. This
you
is like
good,
another
Cat?
episode. I'm happy.
Fiesta.
I love it. Hey, do the dance. What? Yo, do the dance. Y'all don't know how I get down. But let me introduce myself. I'm Cattle 4. You can follow me at Mr. KO Fat Fantasy Football. You'll see it down below. And introduce yourself.
I'm Osahan. You already know. Follow me down below.
I bet. And you can follow the Don't Pour My Milk podcast on all platforms.
Yes, sir.
Today's episode, we talking about the NFC West, and we about to break it down.
That's a good one.
Woo. I can't wait. But before we even get there,
Uh-huh.
I want to get into some of like our fantasy league business.
League business.
I want to get into that business.
Let's talk about it.
I got a problem with tanking. I got a real serious issue. Like, it drives me crazy. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, and I just give me some of your insight onto what you've done to prevent that, and what our listeners and watchers can do to prevent tanking in their fantasy league.
First things first, you have to take tankers out to the back.
Take us out to the back.
Take them out to the back.
Take them out to the back. You know, you always have like these
Take them
phrases.
out to the back. But we not, you know what? Let's keep it civil and let's not do what they used to do back in the old days.
Okay. Now I know.
All
Now
right,
we
take
here.
them out to the back. Now, I feel like it should be a taboo. But you know, when money's involved, people start acting funny.
Yep.
So you start giving people incentives. One of the ways that we combat it doing the tanking is give people incentive to have a little pride in themselves and put a little pocket money in their pockets.
Gotcha.
So we started doing buyouts. Top managers earn money every week. That gives you incentive
Gotcha.
to play hard from week 1 all the way down to the week before the playoffs. So how did you like how we did it in our league?
Yeah, I think I was just about to pretty much like break that down. Like, the manager with the most points for that particular week,
Yeah.
whatever they went against, got at least like $100 on that particular week,
Exactly.
or $50, or whatever the case may be. Whatever you guys are paying into, if you have paid leagues, and that incentivized people to keep going. So it didn't matter if you were a manager who was losing, because as you know, you can score high points and still have a losing record, because fantasy is weird like that.
Exactly.
Like, you could be playing against people that play against you on a week-to-week basis, and they just go off on you, and that might make you like one of the last place people.
Case in point, we had a guy that make the playoffs, 4 wins. 3 out of those 4 wins were highest paid manager.
I
for
remember
the week. So think about it. He paid his league fee.
Yeah, he got it back. Just
You don't gotta wait to get to the third place game to have your fee. You could have made money.
Yeah.
And still not make the playoffs. So it's an incentive to keep it going up into the playoffs.
I thought that was awesome. I think it keeps everybody involved. Those are some good ideas. But let's
Yes, sir.
get into the breakdown of the NFC West. I'm kind of excited to break these teams down, talk about some plays, and see where they at.
Let's see where you're going first. I know where you're going first.
First, we're going to go with the first team in the division,
Yes, sir.
the Seattle Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks. Did you know the Seattle Seahawks were 12-4?
I didn't notice. I didn't notice. And you didn't notice either.
I did it.
When you looked at it, you said,
I mean,
12, where?
Yep. I took a step back and was like, really? I know they made the players and got kicked out the first round.
That's why. It's kind of like your season. So, no shot.
Wow. Yo, blew up my spot. It's all
do
good
your
though.
thing. But 12-4.
12-4.
Let's talk about the head of the beast, man.
Yeah, let's just highlight some players. And so you're right. Talk about the head of the beast. Let's start talking about Russell Wilson.
Okay.
All right. So Russell Wilson right now is going in the 5th round. He's QB number 6. But something caught my eye when I was looking some stuff up. He's actually going before Aaron Rodgers and Brady. What you think about that?
Bruh. What?
I
Whoa!
I thought you were gonna have something interesting to say
whoa.
about that. Yep.
You saying he's going in the 5th round? Sounds about right.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Before Aaron Rodgers and who?
Yeah. And Brady. What you think about that? And Tom Brady.
Brady a wash. Aaron Rodgers, what? Like, who made this list up?
This is consensus ADP ranking, and I think I understand why. And I don't think you're looking at like the bigger picture for Russell Wilson. But I want to hear your point. Why not? Why not have him before Aaron Rodgers? I think that's the key player for you.
I think he should be around 5th pick. No,
he's going as QB6 now.
But not Aaron Rodgers though.
Yeah, so you want to go as QB7 after Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, definitely, because Aaron Rodgers last year when he had something to prove.
Okay.
MVP season.
So you don't think Russell Wilson has something to prove this year? When he was
this year,
he was
that Aaron Rodgers has more to prove. Look out.
So listen to last year. He was a candidate for MVP.
Talk about
first half of the season. He kind of like his play dwindled down as the year went on. And one of the caveats, and we'll talk a little bit more about like these two players later, but like people are so high on DK Metcalf and they're high on Tyler Lockett as being a value pick. Russell Wilson is tied to both of them. Why not have him in the upper echelon of quarterbacks?
Okay, let's look at it like this, right? Let's break it down.
And they had a 12-4 season.
It's numbers and it's eye test for me, right?
Yep.
Russell Wilson last year played ball, right?
Yep.
I'm going to ask you a question. You answer it.
Yep.
Did he play ball in the beginning of the season or the end of the season?
Beginning.
Why did he play ball in the beginning of the season?
They were pass-centric.
So you're talking about his fantasy numbers.
His fantasy numbers were balling in the first half of the season.
When did they start winning?
I mean, they were winning, but they weren't doing too well. I think.
What were they doing when they started going towards running the ball? They started winning.
Yeah, I think you noticed that they started losing a little more as he was passing the ball.
Exactly.
At that particular time. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Exactly. Now talk about the new offense.
What the offense that they kind of went towards the end of the year?
Yes.
Yeah. They changed offensive coordinators. I think they're gonna have like a more balanced offense this particular year. They had to go run centric, just because of like the tussle between Pete Carroll and his offensive coordinator last year, and they went more a little run heavy towards the tail end of the year. As we saw, like DK Metcalf's numbers drop, you saw Russell Wilson's numbers drop, you saw Tyler Lockett was inconsistent throughout the year. So
I like that you're making my point. The point I'm trying to make is you're making my point.
I'm not.
So you're saying they started winning and the numbers went down, right? So why would they go into this season knowing their formula? Or are they going to just consider us? Consider the fantasy players?
I think
let Russell Wilson get his numbers so that Kafori can be right. No, they're going to go towards a format that involves winning.
All right, so
I don't think he's gonna have the same season. For sure he ain't better than Rodgers.
Let me say one thing real quick. Number one, don't pour my milk. Number two, don't pour my milk. Okay, we talking about Russell Wilson having a balanced attack. Now, if you paid attention to the offseason, he had some beef with Seattle because he wanted to make sure he was in the mix. Russell Wilson is that type of caliber player who wants to be a Hall of Famer. You can tell
he's already a Hall of Famer.
But listen, he wants to be amongst like that elite class that goes in first ballot.
I think he's gonna be a first ballot.
He wants the numbers behind it, and he wants to use his skill set. Now, in years prior, it was always the opposite. He always needed to charge up. It was always Russell Wilson started slow, and then he picked up towards the tail end of it.
32 years old, bro. He's getting to that outside of my prime as a quarterback, right? Right now, it's not about the numbers anymore. For him, it's about the winning. And last year, they saw the formula for winning. And guess what? They're going to use it.
I think their talks this offseason are going to make it so Russell Wilson is going to have a balanced attack. He's going to be throwing the ball. And that's why everyone's so high on DK Metcalf this particular year.
Metcalf is going to be good. Going to see a lot of doubles. Tyler Lockett is going to eat a lot more. Chris Carson is who I want to talk about. Okay. Right now.
All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
So right now you got Chris Carson going third, 20th.
Yeah, he's the 20th running back overall right now. How you feel about that? He's going third round, which is what you said before.
This is ADP. What are you guys doing, bro? Name me Okay, top 10. He's out of the top 10. Forget about it. Forget about the top 10. Cool. Name me 10 through 20. Because if he's number 20, name me 10 through 19.
Listen. My man Chris Carson is deservingly where he should be, okay? So I think you're talking more about like wanting to know like who is before him during
Give
that
me the
particular
guys.
season,
You're wasting
right?
time, man.
So-
Give me the guys.
Right now, if I'm going 10 to like his number,
Okay.
we got
Is this your list? And
this
do
is
you
this
agree
is
with
this
this
is
list?
overall consensus ADP drafting,
So
right?
are you agreeing or disagreeing with this
I think
list?
there's one running back that if I look at this list for a quick glance, I think should go after him, but I agree wholeheartedly with where he's at and where
So
he's ranked.
you're tied to this list.
Yeah. Tie
Okay.
me to it.
Let's
no
go. Let
problem.
me hear it. Let me
so
hear it.
let's
Talk
see.
about it.
So number 10, Najee Harris, not better. Number 11, Austin Eckler, not better. Not for fantasy wise. I'm just talking about fantasy numbers wise.
Come on,
I'm
we
talking
know
about like running back wise.
this is a fantasy podcast. We know what we're
Yep.
talking about. Go ahead.
Antonio Gibson, not better. Joe Mixon, not better. J.K.
Wait, back up. What? Excuse.
What? Yo, listen.
Don't just listen. Don't do that. Don't. Who? Yo, ask Dwayne. Shout out to Dwayne. Ask Dwayne about Mix and ask him how he feel about Mix.
So-
Mix is never in the mix. You gotta play to be in the mix. Forget about Mix. Forget about Mix. Move on. Forget about Mix.
Okay.
So you're wrong there.
So I'm wrong there, but you
100%.
okay? No problem. So J.K. Dobbins is the next one.
Bro,
Number
wait,
14.
Pause again. What? So I mean, who else? Who else you got on that list?
Okay, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Josh Jacobs, DeAndre Swift.
Back up. You know what? The whole list is getting me upset. So I'm not even gonna let you finish. I drafted Josh Jacobs his freaking year. I love Josh Jacobs.
So you taking Chris Carson before you take Josh Jacobs?
100%.
Oh, Nelly.
I don't mess with
Oh my
the
God.
only person that's in the committee that I'm taking is Nick Chubb.
Okay.
Everybody, I'd rather take a back that is a workhorse or a third 3 down back than any committee.
So
any day.
Real quick, let's talk about Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs has always been in a type of quote unquote committee, and he's always balled out. So Josh Jacobs has
Not
been
like this,
running with
though.
Devontae Booker in the past. He's been with Jalen Richard.
Those
They
are-
always spell him out, and he's not on. He's not
Those
on
are
the field
utility
over and
backs,
over.
man.
So you think with adding Kenyon Drake, it drops him down, and Chris Carson but gets a bump up?
Of course, because
Come on,
Kenyon
my
Drake
guy.
Kenyon Drake is also a 3 down back.
Okay. All right.
So you're at best you're sharing those duties.
I'm not-
So
I'm not
in
gonna pull your
love.
mouth.
I like the runner. I'm not in love with the situation.
So where would you have before we can get to the next? The only person I didn't mention was David Montgomery. You drafting Chris Carson before you draft David Montgomery?
They're about the same situation.
They in the same situation. So you bumping those two guys up above because you don't like any running back after I said Joe Mixon. So
Joe Mixon was disrespectful. He got the talent, but he's like
he's a 3 down back, guaranteed 300 touches from scrimmage throughout
When
the
he
whole year.
plays.
And
we always gotta assume health, right?
we're assuming health.
Okay, assuming health.
And he's gonna be in a better offense
Assuming health.
with Joe Burrow healthy.
Assuming Joe Burrow's there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. But that's what we're here to predict. And I think right now I'm
I
cool with
predict
like
somebody getting hurt again, but I don't wish it on anybody.
I don't either.
Okay.
We want them to play. So just to round out the Seattle team, let's talk about like a breakout candidate as well. Just want to just mention his name so you can look at what he's done in the past.
Okay.
This Gerald Everett, my man Gerald Everett. Right now he's going in the 14th round, one of those late picks, those flyers. Take a look at him. He's going at tight end number 21 before Blake Jarwin and Austin Hooper. I think some people got some interest in him. See what's going on. I don't want to stay with them too long, but you got anything else you want to say about the Seattle Seahawks?
He's going before Hooper. Listen, I'm not gonna argue with you, but
This is average. This is average. I mean, they could take a look. Anyone that subscribes to our Patreon is gonna get like our rankings, our list. So they're gonna see like who you like and who you don't like in your particular rankings.
I don't like a
But
lot
this
of
is
stuff.
average draft.
I don't like a lot of
position.
stuff, bro.
So you can take a look. get the sheet from our Patreon and then see like what myself and what O agree with, what we disagree with, and how we see certain players.
All right, man. So how do you feel about the second guys on our list? Los Angeles Rams. We all know the moves they made this offseason. I think, they started at 10-6. They ended with 10-6. They brought in a big boy, Matt Staff.
Talk about him.
Somebody that we both like.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
First person this year that we agreed on.
Yep, that is. That is.
So talk about it. They got him going 7th round, QB 13. I think he's going to be one of the underrated quarterbacks this year.
Yeah, I agree. I think in the Sean McVay offense, just seeing what he can do, I'm looking forward to it. You know what I mean? And you said, his average draft position right now is going in the 7th round. I think that's a gem of a pick. If you can get him in the 7th round, go get him. I mean, my man in 2020 threw for over 4,000 yards, 26 touchdowns, had a QBR of 96.3, and he played with the Detroit Lions with Kenny Galladay hurt. He had
with full weapons, we think he's gonna have that type of year.
I think he's gonna be a top 5 quarterback.
Top 5?
Top 5.
Top 5.
I think he's gonna sling the rock.
So he's gonna be if he's going in the 7th round, that's a gem.
Yeah, it's a gem. That's a league winner right there. I just think he has the arm talent. He has the experience, and he's playing in a Sean McVay offense. Sean McVay doesn't
I like
have
that
to
offense. I
kinda
like that offense. It made Golf look like Tiger Woods.
Golf had a season. Golf had a season. You know what I mean? He took him to the Super Bowl. And just thinking about it now, with them being able to work this particular offseason around his offense and him getting better plays. We'll talk about a few of the other players and break it down. But I really think that he's going to be a league winner if you can get him that late. Now, his average draft position may pick up as it gets closer to like as we play our first game.
Some people hear this draft, this podcast.
As you hear, I'm hoping not to spike
reach
it up.
for him in your league and share the winnings with us.
He is a quarterback that has done this in the past, and I think he's going to get right back into the full swing of the
Do you know I used to draft this guy every year?
Stafford?
Yeah.
And you got him in the late rounds, right?
Always.
Because he's underrated.
Very underrated.
He throws for yards.
But let's talk about his weapons.
His skill players. No problem. Let's talk about Robert Woods.
Robert Woods.
Yep.
Cooper Kupp. Henderson.
Yep. Darrell Henderson now, right?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Let's go to it. So they're all, it's funny, they're all like going in the 5th round. Like right around each other too. It's not even like people are skipping over. Once you take like a Robert Woods and you're taking a Cooper Kupp and you're taking a
They
Darrell
usually
Henderson.
go back to back. For the last two years,
Yeah.
you Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp.
Yeah. I think it speaks. Darrell Henderson's going in the 5th round as well. I think he's actually like a sneak peek as well. Depending on what they're doing, we're gonna really watch and see like how they're utilizing Darrell Henderson during the preseason. But he's there to step up and actually like be that ball handler now that Cam Akers is down.
Honorable mention, man.
Yeah.
Get well, Mr. Cam.
Yeah, I mean, he was slated for like a 1st round draft pick this year.
That's what it was looking like.
With him getting hurt, it kind of bumps up Darrell Henderson to do what he has to do in that particular role. And
Do you think that hurts Stafford a little bit?
I think that makes him better. I think it even makes Sean McVay lean on Stafford even more to get the ball out and make those decisions, right? If he knows he doesn't have like that back that can just like pound the ground.
But
and
Henderson
he's
a valuable back though.
No disrespect on Darrell Henderson. No disrespect on him, but he's not Cam Akers. You know what I'm saying? He's not Todd Gurley in his prime. No disrespect again. Love the
Phil
player.
did very well last year when he did.
Yeah, he can fill in. He can do his role. He can play the position, which is what we want him to do. And then I think getting him in the 5th round is going to be a gem of a pick, right? Okay. So I think everyone and where they're falling for this particular team and not paying attention to like what they can do offensive wise, they're going to surprise some people. And I think this team just has like a number of gems in it.
So what you're saying is if you want somebody in the McVay offense,
yes,
reach for them in the 5th.
I mean, the 5th round is the average draft position. If you want to get them, if you can get them in those particular rounds, I think they serve their purpose in those rounds.
Because they're all going to be going by the 5th.
Yep. I think they out.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So let's move on, man. Arizona, man.
The Cardinals.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it because they got some ups and they got some downs.
A lot of downs here, man.
So let's talk about their quarterback, Kyler Murray. Right now, average draft position is going in the 4th round.
Right? Listen, before we even go into that,
Yep.
before we pour the milk,
Yep.
I like Murray.
I like him too.
But I heard you love him.
I love. I was just about to say that. I love my man.
So listen, why do you I like him? I think QB3. What are you thinking?
So I'm gonna profess something to Kyler Murray right now.
Look into the camera and say it.
I see greatness in you, brother.
Yes.
I think there's nothing but the sky is the limit for you, my man.
Can we
And
have some
I got
romantic
you.
music?
This is Mr. Knockout Fantasy Football telling me I got you as my number one.
Number one?
I got you as my number one quarterback.
Over my homeboy?
Over my homeboy, man. Over my homes, man. Over my homes. I got Kyler Murray as my number one. Let me talk to you a little about my man Kyler Murray.
Okay, talk, bro, because you need to talk.
Kyler Murray in 2020
Uh-huh.
threw for close to 4,000 yards.
His numbers is great. Don't sell me
Wait,
on
wait, wait,
him.
wait, 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 wait. Can I talk about my dude? Can I talk about my dude real
So
quick?
first,
Like, I'm getting giddy, and all of a sudden you don't gonna talk about the numbers, man. Can I talk about my dude?
this guy was talking like an essay. Now he's doing the merengue. What's he doing, the macarena?
I could change it around. I
Okay,
could change it
talk.
around. But listen, my man, 4,000 yards. He rushed for 819. That's almost like 1,000 yards he rushed for. 26 passing touchdowns, 11 rushing touchdowns, 37 touchdowns overall. Like, how can you not love that? And then he kind of like he straggled a little bit at the end of the season. And I just think he's gonna get better this year. You don't only just keep DeAndre Hopkins, you get my man AJ Green on the squad, who's trying to prove that he still got it. And then you kind of put that together with my man Kyler. Oh man, come on!
You trying to make me love him too?
You my number one. You my number one.
Listen, he's still my number 3 because I'm like logical.
Woo.
You know what I'm saying? But nah, for everything you said, over 4,000, almost 4,000, 26 touchdowns. So we get it. We get it. He's your number one. but I know you like a lot of guys. So if he's your number one, where's my homeboy?
My homeboy's right after him. He's number 2. You know,
That's kind of disrespectful.
It is.
But then again, you say you're kind of disrespectful. So
I am.
That's disrespectful,
Hey,
bro.
I don't pull my milk, but I see greatness in Kyler Murray, and this is his 3rd year in the system.
Yeah.
Cliff Kingsbury, and I just feel like he's been set up and built up for success throughout the entire time.
I don't disagree with you. I love his weapons. I think AJ Green is gonna have a bounce back year. D-Hop is D-Hop, right?
D-Hop is D-Hop.
D-Hop is D-Hop.
D-Hop is D-Hop.
Is D-Hop.
Shout out to Nook, man. Shout out to D-Hop, man, because you just, it don't even matter.
It
my
don't
guy.
matter the situation. He's going in the 2nd round.
That guy is
wide receiver
ridiculous.
4. AJ Green might be a value pick this year. You know, he's going in the 13th round.
Yep.
That's a great value pick because AJ Green is every bit as capable as any top receiver in this league.
Yeah.
So the only situation I don't love this year,
Yeah, I already know.
and you know why? It's my favorite position in the league.
Because it's the running
Is the
back.
running backs.
Mm-hmm.
And this hurts me so much to talk about because I had DJ. Remember the year?
Yep.
He broke his hand. He
David
scored
Johnson.
a touchdown for me that game, but didn't play for the rest of the season, so I forgive him.
I got you.
But I had Edmonds that year.
Oh.
Balled out
when he got burned.
when he got burned
Yep.
because we all know what happened after that.
Yep.
And the same thing with I drafted Le'Veon Bell.
Mm-hmm.
He fell to me in the late rounds.
Yep.
And this shouldn't not make me an expert because I didn't know he was not going to play.
Yep.
But something just told me to draft James Conner. I did. It worked out for me. He gave me Le'Veon Nisk or Jace numbers.
Yeah.
So it hurts me to see this committee, man. James Conner and Chase Edmonds.
I'm gonna do one more kind of talk to Cliff. Real quick, brother.
Talk to the camera, man.
Real quick.
Yes.
let Chase Edmonds get the run.
Yes.
He can do it.
He's the man.
I seen him do it. No disrespect to James Conner. James Conner, I'm feeling you. You know what I'm saying? You killed me in some of the seasons in the past, but we ain't even gonna talk about that. I'm just saying, we like 3 down backs. You know, you gotta touch the ball, you gotta feel it, you gotta block, you gotta do certain things to get in the game.
Cook.
Let Chase Edmonds cook. Cliff King. All right, that's my own little outreach to Cliff. Shout out to Cliff. Hopefully you watching the show. Hit me up anytime you want to, Mr. KO Fantasy Football. I got you.
So if you basically let Edmonds cook, you're gonna have to chase Edmonds.
Yeah.
Get it?
Drum roll, please.
You Garrett.
That was a
You
good one.
Garrett.
That
You
was a
Garrett.
good one. That was a good one. That was a clever one.
You Garrett.
Yeah, but let's hope. Just like you said, we want Chase Edmonds to cook. James Conner, it's very tough to see 2 backs that have potential if they actually got burned. That they.
I wish they
something.
would just. Listen. I really wish they would just give them their own team, man.
So you staying away from this backfield?
I'm staying away from any companies unless I need a back in my flex.
All right.
But let's talk about the stepchild of the the division, the 49ers.
And that's crazy that
It's
we call
crazy
them a
to even say that,
stepchild,
right?
Yeah.
Because you know what? Out of everybody, they got the weapons, man.
They do. What they went like 6-10?
They should change their logo this year to a big question mark. Yo, because I'm looking at this joint and I'm like, Jimmy G, question mark.
Yep.
Trey Lance, question mark, because what we doing with Jimmy?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Kittle, question mark, health concerns.
I agree.
Mozart, baller, question mark.
Yep.
Ayuk, ascending, but is he going to have the quarterback, you know what I'm saying, that's going to be able to give him? Question mark. Debo, same thing, unpredictable.
I'm with you.
Let's talk about it, man.
I love the team. I love the squad. Jimmy G. Here's what I think about Jimmy G.
Talk to me.
You ever been driving on the highway and then you see this car from afar that's driving real slow? He got a whole bunch of cars behind him that want to go fast, but they won't get out the way.
Right.
Jimmy G. Stop being the car that's driving slow and let Trey Lance ball out, because I love my man Trey Lance and I know he could do it. Stop being that slow car.
He's holding up traffic?
He's holding up traffic. He's holding up traffic. I don't care if they win when he plays. Trey Lance could be that dude.
Yo, free
man.
my guy Jimmy, man.
Come on, man.
Free Jimmy, man. Free
Jimmy,
Lance.
no disrespect, Jimmy G. Jimmy G, we know that you a good guy, that your teammates love you.
He's a winner, though.
He does. When they play, they win. I said that. I love the fact that when they play, they win. But you don't do what I need you to do for fantasy. My man Trey Lance. I'm trying to think of like a cool name for him right now, but I'll come back to it. My man Trey Lance, he got the running skills, he got the arm, he got the football intelligence, he got the draft pedigree.
And
they
the
picked him in the
offense.
3rd round, and he got the offense.
That's Shanahan offense,
Come
bro.
on, man. Have you not seen the quarterback not ball out in the Shanahan offense?
Not yet.
Kirk Cousins, Matt Ryan,
Yep.
even Jimmy gave you some numbers when he was actually playing. But when he was actually playing, the dude can't play for a
Or
whole
do they
season.
prioritize the numbers from winning? The guy's a winner when he plays, man.
He's
So I
been
think
to
they
2 Super Bowls. Kyle Shanahan been to Super Bowl with the Atlanta Falcons.
They went pretty far with Jimmy, though.
And they went to the Super Bowl with Jimmy too.
There you go.
But Jimmy, he ain't in there, and he ain't making me excited. I'm just letting you know. I need Jimmy. I need you to get out the lane, move over, use the signal, come over to your lane.
Think how
let my
life
man
would
Trey
have been
Lance
so
go.
much different if Cap won or if Jimmy G won.
Ooh.
Just think about that.
I know. They've been there. They're a high caliber team. Just like you said, Kittle, I need you. I don't know. Can you go?
That's a TE2.
Link up. No, I love your
Talent wise, hard pressed to
Come
say
on,
outside
man.
of Kelsey, any tight end, talent wise, skill wise,
Come on,
better than Kittle.
Kittle's that dude.
And he got the swag, man.
He do. I love watching him play.
He reminds me of a Shockey, man.
Ooh,
Remember Shockey?
I remember, but
That
he's
was
better.
my guy.
But he's better than Shockey though. He better than don't put him on that level.
Athletically, yes.
If Kittle stay healthy,
Heart-wise,
he better than Shockey had that attitude.
Yeah.
But Kittle athletically
He had this
and
swag.
skill wise
Yeah.
is, oh my gosh. I just need you to stay healthy. That's it. And I need you to hook up with a quarterback that's gonna get him the rock.
Who had Kittles last year, Dave?
I believe so.
and was pump faking with him all year, man.
Yeah. We all
How'd
know.
that work out, Dave? How'd that work out, Dave?
Shout out to Dave. Oh man, I haven't seen you win since I've been in the league, but we're gonna roll away from that, right?
Dave is a pump faker, man. But look, listen, let's kind of, how you feel about any breakouts on this team, man?
I think we got to look at Trey Sermon. Trey Sermon was drafted in the 3rd round for a reason.
Okay.
I think he was there to supplant Mostert if Mostert can't stay healthy because he's not been healthy in the past seasons. So I think look for him in the later rounds. He's going as the running back 36 right now.
It sounds about right.
Down there in the 12th and 13th round.
May
so
have
we
some
wanna get
value,
him.
man.
Yeah.
And the running backs for the wide receivers, the running backs for the 49ers, man, you're going to treat them all year, man.
Yep, all the time.
All year.
All right, man. So, listen. We went through the NFC West, 4 teams: Seattle, Los Angeles Rams, Arizona Cardinals, and the 49ers. I think that's a wrap today, man.
It's a wrap, man.
Man, we want to thank you for watching us and listening to us on all those platforms.
Yes, sir.
Listen, we do what we do like we doing it for TV, baby. Thank you. Don't forget to follow us on the Patreon. And we out of here.
We out.
Peace.